Hey, it's good to be with you today. You'll see I'm outside. I'm very, very excited to share that finally I've got my GoPro up and running. I've had this GoPro for ages and yeah, I finally got bold enough to start using it. So there are leaf blowers going in the background. You may hear some traffic and don't know how much that's going to get edited out, but we'll find out, won't we? We'll see what it sounds like. Anyway, right, just apart from saying this is my garden. I am sat in my garden, and the reason I'm sitting in my garden is because it reminds me, because the garden is preparing for winter at the moment, right? The leaves are falling off, things are changing color, and things are being cut down, and anyway, winter's coming. And wanting to share with you, leading on from that, about a really incredible woman that I know. She's called Fran, and Fran is 92 years old. Incredible woman, really, seriously. Anyway, I came across her again on Saturday, a few days ago, and she was preparing to go to Florida for the winter. So she's preparing for the winter too, leaving the chilly north and going to the warmer climate. She was sharing with me that there used to be 12 women, 12 couples that she knew down there in Florida, and that now, as I say, she is 92. There are now only 4 of them still alive, of the women, and the other 3 are all in their health doesn't allow for them to meet up or even really be in conversation with each other. And so anyway, I was just sort of thinking about that, thinking about older, people who are older in age and how their life changes. But I tell you, the reason I want to share with Fran about the reason I want to share with you about Fran is I want to talk about, really, I met her about when I met her, which was a couple of years ago. I have a little cul-de-sac that I live on, and I was walking my dog up there one day, and I saw this older, my lads say that, woman walking up the road, very tiny, probably less than 5 foot, I would say. And she had the most incredible hat on, had these like jewel-like colors. And I felt compelled to just say hello. I'd never seen her before. I said hello and said, I love your hat. I absolutely adore your hat. Oh my gosh. And she said, hey. She stopped and she said that she had knitted this hat and that she loves knitting hats for her family, and she has all kinds of different hats. And so we got into conversation, and I remember her sharing with me how she had grown up in the tenements in New York, in Manhattan, and how she didn't see any flowers or any grass as a child unless her brother took her all the way up to Central Park or one of the other parks to see vegetation in that way, plants and flowers and beautiful things. And so she said to me that, so therefore she never takes them for granted, flowers and plants and trees and the whole thing. She said, I remember her saying that she even loved and celebrated the weeds in the grass that most people would be trying to kill and get rid of. She just sort of celebrates it all and just loves nature, and I love that about her. And Fran has kind of greenish grey eyes. And in my last video, I was talking about how when we really look into people's eyes, we see their light. We connect with their soul. It's like the gateway to the soul. Well, I am telling you, when I look into Fran's eyes, light radiates back out at me. This fantastic woman has the most incredible light and wonderful spirit that just shines out at me. So, we've had some good conversations over the years, and I've noticed, I come across her, she's like, oh, there's Fran walking up the road. And the thing I want to share is she has this silver umbrella that she carries with her, like a golfing umbrella. So it has a kind of like a hook handle kind of thing. So she walks along holding that, but she's not leaning on it, right? She's not like kind of using it as a stick. It's there just to kind of steady her if she needs it. And it is this silver color. And yeah, so I just want to share this image with you of this 92-year-old woman who kind of goes for a walk every single day, taking her umbrella, like walking up the road, and who loves life. She has the most incredibly positive attitude about life, and she loves people. She really does. She's really taken me under her wing and shared some incredible words of wisdom with me over the years. And I sometimes have wondered, is she real? Am I imagining this woman who just seems to appear on those days when I need a bit of a boost, when I could do with a bit of a reminding that humanity is incredible and the world is a fantastic place? And anyway, so she does. She kind of appears out of nowhere. And there have been times when, honestly, I've kind of been in conversation with her and then turned and looked, and it's like it's almost like she vanishes into thin air. Kind of funny. Yeah. Anyway, my husband actually once said to me, I don't believe you. I don't believe that she even exists. I think it's like in your imagination. I think he was half joking, but then one day he finally saw her walking up the road and said to me, you know, that lady you talk about, I think she's walking up the road. And I was like, where? And I like went running up the road after her to go and talk to her, because I'm always so excited when I see her. Well, I haven't seen Fran for over a year, probably. You know, and she was, at the time when I met her, she was 90, turning 91. And so I guess, obviously, I thought, well, maybe Fran's not able to go walking by herself anymore, or maybe Fran is not alive anymore. I mean, she is in her 90s, right? So I was kind of, you know, sad about that, but also thinking, well, I've had some incredible conversations with her, where we've really seen each other beyond the surface of who she is or who I am in our human skins. So, yeah, kind of, I was thinking, well, I haven't seen her for a while, but off to one side. At the weekend, I was realizing I'm really struggling, or was really struggling, with a particular chapter I'm writing in my book. I'm making it exceptionally hard work, driving myself totally crazy, and sort of digging a deeper and deeper hole for myself. Anyway, I kind of came to a sort of understanding of what the dynamic was that was going on, but nonetheless recognizing it's a very challenging process for me. Went off on an errand, came back to the house and in my car, and I saw Fran walking up the road. I couldn't believe it. I haven't seen her for over a year. So hopped out of my car and I went to go and see her and say hello, and she just lights up, and it's as if it ignites something inside of me when I see her, and I see this love that comes barreling out of her eyes. And we were just chatting. I was asking how she was, and she's telling me how she is. And she had come back from, believe it or not, she went to Barcelona this summer with her niece, who is 82, and say she's 92. She was the youngest of many siblings. Anyway, and she went off with the niece, and she said she was getting up really early. Fran was getting up really early and going out, leaving the hotel at 6 o'clock every morning and walking the streets of Barcelona, no doubt with her silver umbrella, I'm quite sure, and going around and chatting with people about things. And she's just said she had the most incredible conversations. She went into museums. She went everywhere. I am so inspired by this lady. And I'm passing this inspiration on to you. That's why I'm telling you about Fran, right? I'm like 92 years old, loving life, seeing the positive in everything, loving conversations with people and really, truly connecting, adoring nature, every aspect of nature, including the weeds in the lawn that most of us try and get rid of. Yeah, she's really something. So when I was talking to her, I started to tell her I was writing a book and a little bit about what it's about. And she said, I'm writing a book too. And she said that her son and daughter have been encouraging her to write about her life, the things that have happened. So she's had a very eventful, incredible life, really. And she was telling me her challenges, how hard it was to find a voice that people would want to keep listening to, and she had all these sort of things that were coming up as like, well, there's this and there's that. And so I was able to have this incredible conversation with her, with somebody who really gets where I was feeling. And so we were just sharing this, and it was wonderful and so unexpected. And it's not like we were giving each other any suggestions. It was more that I really felt that I was seen and heard and met by this fabulous lady. And I just thought, how incredible. I haven't seen her for over a year. And right on a day when I really needed a boost from the universe, here she pops. Bing! There's Fran. Yeah, amazing. And as we parted, she said, good luck with your book. She's off for the winter. And I had caught her just 2 days before she was going away. I love that. Another week and she'd have already disappeared for the winter. So, yeah, I've just done sharing an inspiring story about a truly wonderful woman who makes such a difference in my life. And actually that energy that she carries of who she is alive in me all of the time. It actually isn't just relying upon when I see her in the flesh, although of course it's always lovely when I do. So yeah, may the spirit of Fran be with you too in everything that you do, encouraging you to be positive about everything and enjoying nature and just enjoying life and sort of seeing the best in everybody, really. So that's today's sharing. If you enjoyed the video, please like it, put a comment about that. Maybe there's somebody incredible in your life that you want to share about, or if you have any comments about what I have shared, please put it in there because I always love to hear from you. And yeah, so share it with your friends if you enjoy it. Pass along these videos. Let's share a bit more love in the world. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, to make sure that you find out about my videos when they're posted. Thank you for listening today. It has been an absolute pleasure as always, and I'm already looking forward to the next time that we connect. Goodbye.